Guys, my friends on YouTube, what did you think about a trip to the Orchid Nursery in Denmark? Hans Christiansen is the owner. He's created many award-winning orchids in his lifetime. He recently turned 75 years of age, so they just celebrated, and we got to share what's left of the party, the cake and stuff and Danish pastries. So that was nice, and that's not Hans Christiansen, but yeah. I was staring at that guy the whole journey back home, so it's just a funny thing. Yeah, never mind. Anyways, that nursery is a very huge nursery, I'd say. It's got orchids all the way from the floor up, way up to the ceiling. Unreachable, so you would need a ladder. At times I was searching for a ladder, but I didn't find one. Next best solution, a very tall person, which I did find. But eventually she wasn't tall enough to reach the Niphonesia falcata all the way up to the ceiling. That's where he hangs the most light-craving orchids, since it doesn't use additional light. That would be far too expensive. It's even worse than in Sweden, so... Anyways, we've been there with the Orchid Society about approximately every other year on a trip, and yeah, about a bunch of 10-15 guys, enthusiasts, buying a lot of stuff, strolling about, taking photos, chatting. So even this time, we went there by ferry. We also did the mandatory stop at the restaurant, sharing a bit of breakfast. So it's a very nice trip. Yes. Anyways, this is not one of my new plants. It's from the from my previous trip there to Fredensborg. Orchideengartneriet. It's the Coelogyne mesangiana. It's a species Coelogyne of quite bloom willing. I think it bloomed twice or 3 times here. And this growth looks promising. It's been outside on my balcony. I brought her inside, I think, yesterday or the day before. At the end of now at the end of September. It's getting quite cool outside, down to freezing now almost. So I only have a couple of cymbidiums outside still, and 2 Coelogyne cristatus, which I'm gonna take a look at the cristatus as well now, since one of them is from Orchideengartneriet, cymbidiums. Still look great. But, wow, it's not so bad. It's 8 o'clock in the evening and it's 10 degrees still. Yeah. But it's going down to 3-4. And it's quite wet outside, so it's been raining a lot. But here's the Coelogyne I got from him 2 years ago. Cristata. It's getting plumper and plumper. And you can see now, she's not leafless anymore. So, but I wasn't so worried, really. She always bounces back. Drops a couple of leaves and bounces back. And she did bloom 1 year after I got her in my kitchen area, so that's quite an achievement. And so, this cristata from Brassocattleya here. This one did bloom as well, but the blooms are slightly different, so that's a funny detail. Yeah? 2 more cymbidiums still out there. This guy, Angraecum Bosserii, is also a Hans Christiansen Orchideengartneriet purchase. Yeah, you've seen that one before. It's very tiny. When I got it, considering the size it is today, as the Sesquipedale is a very well-grown plant with this spike. Yeah. I needed to bring him inside today. Yeah, it's getting too cool. So, either it stayed outside and dropped its bud, or I brought it inside and perhaps it drops its bud. Anyways, but it's stupid of me to risk the plant only for a bud, isn't it? Anyways, We have a few other orchids I got from Hans Christiansen. This awarded Coelogyne Lawrenceana as well. It's a bit more finicky one. Doesn't grow all that fast, I want to say. But it's there, and I won't get rid of it. No way. And a couple of Restrepias, also from Hans Christiansen. He recently held a Restrepia exhibition. So one of the rooms in there, I showed you guys in the beginning of this video, a room full of Restrepia orchids. That's really something, guys. Look at what I got. And you'll be surprised. You'll be very surprised, as a matter of fact, guys. Look. What? No. Yeah, two of this regular kind and size I always buy when I get a chance. Hangers I do have a lot, so I didn't need to buy any more hangers. But I found that it had one size up as well. Yeah, could be great for maybe stuff like this. Instead of dip as you see, dip watering it. Instead of getting the hangers off, you can just simply pour water through it. And the tray will collect it. Excess water. So, yeah, for example. Huh? Let's start with the smallest one. Look. Our local vendor, Marita, also went there. And she asked, so we got a Paphiopedilum gang with us today. Yeah, had a whole section with Paphiopedilums. Very well grown. And he claims that is due to the way he's cultivating them. You can see, it's not a regular bark and moss mix, or regular bark, cheap bark. No, this is green mix. It's a mix of rock wool in tiny, tiny pieces and perlite, I reckon. Like green mix, yeah? And he was very, very enthusiastic, wanted to show me the advantages of using green mix. So he told me in Danish. Well, I understand a couple of words he was saying, so I think I got the whole, yeah, kind of sort of the whole picture. Eventually I did. Look at my paths. See how well grown they are. If you compare them with paths growing in bark, you will discover that my paths are growing a lot better. And that's due to the even accessibility to water. Oh, how to put it? Yeah, you understand what I'm saying, yeah. So, this one should be kept evenly moist at all times. Never let it dry out completely. That's just about what it said. And that's not uncommon. The paths needs a lot of water to get into bloom and to look healthy. This is a quite new cross, I'd say. Or maybe it's an old cross, I don't know. I really didn't understand what he was saying, but he didn't have one in bloom, but he had one in bud, though. That one was, yeah, already taken. Somebody else did a reservation on that one, of course. Paphiopedilum delanati. Naughty. Yeah, Paphiopedilum delanatii. Vinicolor. Yeah, a little bit more red, purple reddish one. And the delanati, you can see the foliage. This foliage is a lot better than my old delanati. So, and Pinocchio Red Queen. A better colored Pinocchio. Yes, that hybrid. So maybe this is going to be a stronger cross. But the delanati was quite bloom-willing here. And the Pinocchios are quite, sometimes a bit more easy to grow, they say. I haven't had any luck with my Pinocchios, really. For example, this one. I got last spring, hasn't bloomed yet. I see no reason why. It's got roots and all, and it's getting plenty of water. So, doesn't look bad, really. No. It's a free plant from Wickman last spring, so over 1 year, and no sign of any blooms. Not even a second growth, so this is, yeah, they can really, really, really differ in vigorosity. Yes? So, Delanati crossed with the Pinocchio doesn't mean that it will be a stronger and more bloom-bearing one. So, for that matter, and with that said, let's jump right over to the next orchid I got. Yeah, it's a replacement plant for the one I tossed away. I probably could have saved it in a sense, maybe, but I'm not entirely sure. But oh, look, it's in the bud. Sometimes I just need a space. Sometimes I just grow tired of looking at a plant not recovering. And so was the case with my BC Binosa, the one I had before from Clausen. A quite old acquisition, I'd say. But I kept it in bark and moss mix. Doing quite alright, bloomed on a regular basis twice a year. And I transitioned it into semi-hybrid. It looked great still, bloomed even better, and all of a sudden, it started to rot. No way back, really. Never bounced back. So, well, hit the bin. I was quite sad. And nowhere to be found except for here, Hans Christiansen. Not the cheapest of plants anymore, due to availability, of course. But, doesn't matter. It's the very right lip. Exactly the type of lip I like. The larger spots. Yes. Just opened. So it resembles my old one. A little flimsier at the store. But now it looks quite, yeah, kind of sort of decent. But I'm not going to keep it in this. He said, yeah, he also said, yeah, there's going to be some algae. But the algae will grow on and it will look really, really neat after time. And it will cover it. And it will be green and beautiful. This type of algae. But, well, I'm not sure. Look at this one. Look at this one. Not so great, is it? So I would think that this guy in particular would benefit from something else. So I'm going to repot it quite soon into my bark and moss mixture and tidy it up a bit. Maybe get rid of these guys or such. We shall see. Yes, I think there's a bit of dead in there. But I would tie this one up, this spike, the stem with this beautiful stem. Yes. So I'm very happy and pleased that I have it back in my collection again. BC Binosa is a primary hybrid cross between Brassocattleya nodosa, which stands for the shape of the petals and sepals, and the green color, a little bit more to the green, green side. And the Cattleya bicolor stands for the shape of the lip and the purple to the lip. Yes. Primary hybrid cross, registered in 1950. Yes. So it's a quite easy growing orchid. Intermediate to warm. Blooms once or twice a year. Not so light craving as other Cattleyas. So I can recommend this orchid to you if you'd like to have something bloom willing, not so light craving. But I think I'll wait. Let's see at what stage it is. If it's creating any roots now or no. cannot see any. Can I? Maybe I can. Nah, not really. Nothing yet. But soon. And to the pinnacle of this order. One of the most expensive plants I now have in my collection. And not only the most expensive, it's quite rare. And yeah, oh, so beautiful. Yes. So, this time around only 3 orchids. That's a record. But I figured, why not get the ones I really, really desire? And not just let them sit there and grab a couple of cheaper ones that I actually did not desire as much. You see my point? Sitting there with orchids you don't really desire taking up space in your apartment, so I reconsider, guys. I actually did. Now, do you recognize this beautiful, to die for foliage from somewhere? Looks like, oh, shall we say, reminds me a little bit about the Swedish wild orchid. Skogsnyckel. Forest key. This foliage is the best foliage I ever encountered, ever seen on an orchid. And the camera is really doing it justice for once, I might add. Old fan there. Which it also bloomed from, I can tell. Old spike. And the second new growth there coming. Yeah, was a couple of other of the very same variety with perhaps 2 new growth, but the growth weren't that great, and the largest one's foliage was half the size and not so beautiful. So, look at the flowers. What do you think, guys? Just as proud as the Paphiopedilum. Very high, beautiful spike. Or stem, shall we say. The 2 proud, very, very huge-sized blooms. A couple of more of them had 2 blooms, and there was one with 3. That one didn't really match up with this one's good foliage, so no. It's always more important to look at the plant, not the flowers, really. Well, that's quite obvious, isn't it? Need to. 20, isn't it? Yeah, 20 centimeters. And it's beautiful. Very huge and a long pouch. Orchideengartneriet in a nutshell. And this is certainly certainly was inherited from the Paphiopedilum Orchideengartneriet, yeah. And this spotted little hairy dots, or spots, shall we say, is from Paphiopedilum Lawrenceanum, also a species. So it inherited the best of both parents. And foliage, obviously, from Lawrenceanum, as the Orchideengartneriet's foliage is very, very plain green and, yeah, simple. Very simple. Not so much to look at. What about it? As you probably guessed already, it's a primary hybrid cross registered in 1898. And, yeah, comes in many, many awarded cultivars. So, I'm so happy I got it. And that I didn't leave this one on the shelf in exchange for 5 cheaper, smaller orchids I really, to be honest, didn't need or wanted as much as I wanted this one. So why I'm saying this all the time? Yeah, since it was very, very expensive. Yeah, I guess that's why. So gorgeous. And something else, the last thing I want to show you guys before we close this video for today. Well, as the Paph enthusiast I am, the Paphiopedilum lovii from the Orchid Show a couple of weeks ago. Look, who says we cannot grow a Paphiopedilum in bark with success? It's fad down there. Oh, there's something coming. I think it's a little late for a new leaf, isn't it? So maybe there's going to be something in between these 2 sheaths. Down there. If we're lucky. I'm not saying, but at least it's a start and a promising sign. So guys, thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed this and that you will return to my channel. There's going to be a lot of blooms coming. There is a lot of blooms coming. And if you didn't see my previous video last Thursday, I would encourage you to do so. There's a lot of stuff going on and not so many of you guys saw it. So it would help out my channel a lot. So, and me, and it will also keep you guys updated on what's going on here. Yeah, so thank you for watching, and we should talk soon. Have a lovely day or evening or wherever you are in the world. Bye bye. Take care.